Get a schedule on the go, Adam.
What, for you?
Yeah, do some content management.
I can rebrand the crap out of you.
Why don't we have a server anymore?
Because you turned it off.
I don't. I've got a computer in my loft. Actually.
It was in your house, and then the computer broke.
Yeah.
Just
Adam, upgrade your computer, then turn that one into a server.
Surely you still have your old one. But you just said you have one in the loft.
I have one in the loft, but well, it doesn't have SATA connectors, Adam. It has IDE, so that's how old that one is. Like, it's literally the same age as me. Those VGA cables, 31 years old they are. 31. People still use them.
What, VGA?
Yes.
VGA is still useful. There's nothing wrong with VGA.
There is. It's 31 years old.
So, it works.
It doesn't matter. If it's not broke, fix it.
There are some situations where VGA is still good.
There is no situation where an analog signal is better than digital.
There is, because I remember analog tended to travel further the signal sometimes. Like HDMI had more issues. Also, HDMI has HDCP sometimes, it can be annoying.
Everyone should just use DisplayPort.
Also in AV, the most common thing is VGA or HDMI. They're the two most common. And if you're doing specialty stuff, it's DVI. It's very rarely DisplayPort.
Yeah, but that's what DisplayPort was designed to replace everything. So why has it not replaced everything?
I'm guessing because it's quite expensive. And also, in order to replace everything, you have to literally replace everything. Whereas everyone still has the old stuff because it works.
My screens are using DisplayPort.
Yeah, because it's a home computer. We're talking like industry. I used to work in that industry, and there's we still owned SCART stuff because some people still asked for SCART.
Oh Jesus!
That's how back in time, like exhibitions and conferences are sometimes. Because people use it and they go, yeah, that works, so they just keep hiring the same stuff every year because they know it works. There's no point hiring something new if you know the old stuff still works.
Yeah, but SCART is horrific.
To be honest, we didn't really do SCART, we had it just in case. VGA was very common.
It's like when someone comes to you saying, do you have a component cable? It's like, no, I don't have a component cable, because you shouldn't be using this anymore. There's so many fucking cables, and there just needs to be one universal one.
Yeah, they all have different things they're useful for.
Everyone should just use DisplayPort.
Then there's good old sound, which is like, we don't need to change. Jackson XLRs, motherfucker.
Here.
Jack's XLR, like Phono.
Oh yeah, Phono. Phono's old though.
Still used.
Phono's the original one.
Still used quite a bit.
I don't forget the optical though.
Optical not used that much. That's only in like home entertainment, really.
Yeah, it's like sound bars and stuff. It's a weird connector. It's a square. It's like a square knobbly thing. Very weird looking at it.
Thing is, there is a cable which can do everything. It's called Ethernet. Cat5 can do fucking everything.
Yeah. It's what the
you have
latest
KVMs.
CCTV cameras they're sent the data back with. It's a Cat5e. I was like, what? What is this madness?
Yeah, because we have KVMs that convert like VGA into VGA and audio and USB signal into a Cat5 cable, so you can like extend ranges like for many hundreds of meters. Yeah, fuck this. I'm not even gonna try. Fuck it.
Get those Cat 7s on the go though.
Yeah, sure. Not yet. It's still Cat 5 most of the time.
Nothing less than Cat 6.
Cat 6 isn't really needed in a home.
It's not the point.
You only need it if you're doing like a really good server. It's like gold-plated HDMI.
I love when people come and think that makes any difference whatsoever.
If it does, it's so minor that it's no point.
It doesn't. It literally doesn't. Gold-plated is just meant to be more durable, which gets confusing because gold is very, malleable. It's like when people, buy gold connectors, it's like, you're paying an extra quid for some shoddy piece of gold that is not going to do anything.
The thing is, gold's like an incredibly good conductor, which is why they say it's better. It says, oh, you get better quality signal, and all that, which it might, but it's not much. It'll be better, but it won't be noticeable. So there's just no point. But everything's gold-plated anyway now, so there's not even any point.
I have gold-plated HDMI cables. It's only because the only option was gold-plated.
Normally isn't it? Pretty much. No difference. Like, get ready for people, if they see this, to be like, actually, I'm a professional HDMI man, and there is a massive difference. Here's some numbers. I don't know what they mean, they're just numbers.
It's like, it's like when people ask me what the different versions of HDMI mean, I was like...
Better resolutions.
Yeah. You want 4K? Get the latest version. No, if you want 4K, get 2.1. Or is it 2? No, it's 2. 2 is 4K. If you want 8K or 10K, you get 2.1.
No, isn't 2 like 4K but 30 frames per second? Or something like that?
No, 2 is 4K 60, but it's 3D 30. I think. Oh yeah, I think 2's the only one that can do 3D as well. There's just too many versions. There's like 12 or something ridiculous.
Well, it's like 1, 1.4, 2 and 2.1 are the most common, I think.
Yeah.
It's all very technical stuff that we could easily get wrong and be ridiculed for.
That's fine. I do this for a living. I bullshit my way into a sale every day.
Let's talk about theatre lighting. So you got your power cans and your Fresnels.
I'm assuming all theatre lighting is LEDs.
No.
Oh god, why are people living in the dark ages?
LEDs are a lot more expensive. The more and more theatres are getting LEDs, but
it's because they're better. That's why they're more expensive.
Most theatres still use traditional lamps. But the thing is, they're not always better. LEDs aren't actually better in most cases because of the kind of light they give out. It's very harsh light. Whereas like lamps have a much softer, they have a warmer look, they have a different look to them.
Just have a coloured...
No, see, it doesn't work that way. It's colour temperature.
Yeah, you want the warm white or do you want the bright white?
It really doesn't work that way. Like more expensive LED lamps are getting better at replicating, but it's also just the cost.
But they're just so much better. They last for years. Literally years. It's like I could buy one now and I would die before it did.
I've got LED strips for my computer. Loads of them have died.
How are they?
Maplins, that's why.
Why would you go there?